Everybody, welcome to the limited edition version of episode 111. We are recording this on Wednesday, March 15th, 2017, on the eve of the official start of March Madness. When I say we, it means it's a two-person podcast. We're back. The duo has returned. I am one of your hosts, Josh Brown. I am joined by the man who is single-handedly fighting blizzard conditions in the East Coast, Jason Greer.
Good evening, Josh. How are we doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I'm not even gonna lie. It's nice to be back. It's nice to hear your voice. I've missed you. The people have missed you. You took a very extended vacation, and we will cover all of that on the regular show. But usually, even when you go on vacation, you're still pretty active on social media.
Sure.
But before you went on this one, I'm pretty sure I told you many times, probably way too many, that you just need to put your phone away. Just put your phone away and enjoy it. Enjoy the vacation. And judging by the one or two social media posts and the few texts that I got from you, I would be confident in saying that you listened to my advice.
I did, yeah. I wasn't on my phone too much. The only time I was on my phone was playing Pokemon Go or Duel Links. And then that was like in between different things. And otherwise,
sure.
Yeah, kept it away a little bit.
When you're waiting,
checking
you got to,
sports
right?
teams and stuff, but nothing too crazy.
It was an information device and entertainment advice, not a device in which you were trying to actively engage with others.
Right. I mean, if I have unlimited data now, I'm gonna freaking use it now.
Sure.
So I'm like, do I want to watch the Philadelphia Union game while on the bus? Sure, why not?
Because I can without worry. That's why.
That's right.
So overall, you had a great vacation. You had a very wonderful time, from what I understand. And again, we will cover all of that on the main show, because if we start talking about it here, it's just going to be the regular show. Like, we're not going to be able to condense this into a 10-minute podcast.
It's very true.
But, it seemed like you walking away from social media, even for a little bit, all the news just kind of slowed down to a trickle. Matt wasn't running around bragging that, he had all the scoops without even trying because you were busy. Like, there was nothing. No scoops going on. Nothing.
I know it was funny because when I came back, like, I posted like, "Hey everybody, like, I'm back. Go check out Matt and Dan's websites if you want to check anything." And I was like sitting in the morning, I'm like, I actually don't know if there's anything really that came out or not, but if there was, go over there and take a look.
Yeah. So I mean, we have a little bit of news tidbits here to talk about. Big shout out to our executive producer, as always, George Torres, who is not worrying about blizzard-like conditions, I assume, in beautiful SoCal. He's safe and sound. And also our show sponsor, as always, Devin Lachinsky, who you could find on YouTube, youtube.com/user/DLASCH2. Jason.
Yes, sir.
We have a few things to go over here.
We do.
News tidbits, per se. Let's start with Skylanders, shall we?
Do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so Skylanders, couple of things here. One, Matt loves if you ask him where Cursed Tiki Temple is right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Cursed Tiki Temple Adventure Pack, still not here in the States yet. It's available over in Europe and places, but still not here yet. So might be coming soon rather than later. Who really knows? But coming at some point, hopefully.
Hopefully. It'd be nice. It would be nice to, play that additional content that they promised us a few months back.
Sure.
That'd be cool.
Sure. And beyond that, if you picked up a Nintendo Switch, remember the Skylanders Imaginators did get available for the Nintendo Switch. You can scan in all your figures and play on there. You don't have to rescan them in every single time. You just get scan them once and play them as however you choose. Pick them from a nice little queue there. But anyways, it is out there. I've played about like 2.5 hours of 1-2 Switch, about 2 hours of Zelda, and I've not put Imagineers in yet. But planning on it this weekend. It's going to be a nice March Madness activity.
Definitely. So. On the full show, I will give my impressions of what I've played so far. I've put a couple hours into it, so I have some impressions from it. And spoiler alert, still a pretty good game. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, good to know, right?
As one would hope.
Yeah,
I mean, like you get it into a giant trash fire.
All of a sudden, it's running like a 3DS version, and I mean, trust me, there was a potential for it to go horribly wrong. Right?
The figures don't scan at all.
Oh,
like, what?
Goodness. I was a little nervous, not gonna lie, but no, everything works as promised, and a few little quirks about it that I'll cover and talk about. But overall, it's still a fine game, and you know what?
Sweet.
Skylanders on the go. It's a good thing.
Always a good thing.
Amiibo. What's going on with Amiibo?
Yeah, so we got some information regarding the new Fire Emblem Amiibo as far as the functionality. This is for Alm and Celica. Remember before, this is the stuff that came in that we just knew it unlocked a dungeon, and that was about it. So we did get a little bit more information regarding those. They do allow you to save their stats as well. I'll just read from the article written by Ricky Berger and Nintendo Wire because he does it pretty well. And again, not a huge Fire Emblems player myself, so some of this makes no sense to me. So I'll just trust what he's saying. It says this allows you to summon them via a special Amiibo command as phantoms with their stats based on the scanned version. Other Amiibo will be used for summoning Phantom Soldiers as well, though it sounds like only Alm and Celica have access to a more specific use of the feature. In other words, it doesn't sound like we'll be calling other heroes into battle via their Amiibo. There will be some ties to new Mila's gear feature as well, though what that specifically is has been unclear with the game's release only a few months away, and even less time in Japan. We'll know plenty more real soon. So, again, it's cool to get some more dual functionality there, not just unlocking a dungeon, but allow you to scan them in, theoretically as toys of life, per se, in the game as phantoms as well.
Weird. Amiibo stepping the game up.
They're coming. They're ready to go, man. They're getting it down pat.
Yeah. I will say the Breath of the Wild Amiibo that was released might be... And just the Amiibo functionality in Breath of the Wild is already my favorite use of Amiibo to date.
Sure.
It's fantastic. So, just throwing that out there. Nintendo, they're still going strong with the Toys to Life.
Ready to go.
What may not be going strong, Jason, is LEGO Dimensions.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, so talk about that.
Yeah, we had a couple of talked about this before that signs weren't doing very good. Knew this was coming for a couple weeks here. Dan over at Bricks of Life has been giving me a little hints of his article he's getting ready to post here. So he did get some information regarding some about the LEGO Dimensions future. Just to be clear, this is he knows who this is. This isn't some like anonymous thing leaving paperwork in a mailbox.
Right.
This is someone physically knows and is having conversations with.
I was not ready for that.
Sorry. Once it started going that way, I was like, I could actually work this in. What a joke. But yeah, so it again, according from that sources that I was talking with him with that, it looks like LEGO Dimensions again is not in a good spot there. It's not officially canceled, as he puts it, it's on the back burner. Essentially, like a lot of developers are now working on other things. So it's not officially canceled yet, and that's why we theorized before about maybe them stretching this out because they're just trying to get milk it all they can before. Because again, once they announce it's canceled, everybody's done. But right now, people are still going to be buying stuff. We'll see what they do. Hopefully they don't. Again, more and more likely the longer they wait, more information is going to come out from other people. So
yeah.
Again, we hope it's not canceled again if it goes on the back burner Skylanders way, just delayed a little bit. I mean, again, I don't think anybody here would say they would rather it be canceled than wait a few more months to get content out. Mm-hmm. We'd much if it's every packs come out every 5 months, that's fine. It's better than no packs at all. But we'll see. Like I said, the most interesting part of the article, in my opinion, which I'll have to ask There's two parts there. Dan, clarification on this. One, he said it sounds like there's still unannounced figures to come out from existing franchises that's still planned. I don't know if that necessarily means characters we already know coming, stuff like the Powerpuff Girls, stuff like that they haven't officially announced, or if he means like other content in general.
Right.
I'm leaning toward the former, but we'll see. But two, it sounds like even some Season 3 franchises they were working on, those licenses pulled them out themselves. So, for instance, this is zero information, I'm just saying an example. Like, Harry Potter told, them, like, hey, we don't want our content in, we're pulling out.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be interesting if that part is true. Because that's completely different than Lego saying, hey, this isn't working out for us, we need to cancel. So
Right.
We'll get more of that in the full show, and why I think that is a possibility, though.
Sure. Yeah, it's complicated. Like you said, no official statement yet. Makes sense for there not to be one, because it's hard to sell new content if people know that that's going to be the end of it. It's an investment that people don't want to get into, regardless of how interested or excited they may be for it. So they're in a tough spot for sure. But like you said, we'll cover all of it on the full show. This again is no more of a confirmation than we've had before, but it's adding more writing to the wall, essentially. So kind of have to start adding all of this up and looking at the bigger picture here. So that's where we stand with that. A few quick notes here about some other franchises. Swapbots, of course, who I did an interview with last week, that you will see in your feed very soon. That Kickstarter has launched. I implore you guys to go over to Kickstarter, look up Swapbots, check them out, see if you're interested in what they have to offer. And then Lightseekers, they're prepping to start shipments of the playing cards. So that's exciting.
That's super exciting.
Yeah, physical stuff in your hands soon. They're still shooting for the summer release of the game, I believe, right?
Yep.
So everything's kind of just moving right along with Lightseekers, and that's super exciting. I like that.
Yeah, I'm super excited to get my hands on the trading cards, because I'm full blown into Duel Links right now with Yu-Gi-Oh. So back in the trading card thing, I bought a box of MLS cards the other day. Why? Who knows?
Because you're Jason, that's why.
So I'm excited to get those, and hopefully it's a good game that I enjoy, because I'm still fighting off that trading card niche, but it's probably gonna come back strong.
Yeah. That's exciting stuff. Like, every time I get an email from Kickstarter from them, there's just like that twinge of just possibility of, ooh, something didn't go right and we're gonna have to delay this, or like them just being upfront and honest with people. But every time I get those Kickstarter emails, I panic just a little bit before I start reading them.
Sure.
Because things happen, and they haven't launched yet. So once it launches, then I feel like everything's gonna roll out nicely. But yeah, so things are going good with Lightseekers ultimately.
It's like a fidget cube, man. All of my updates from them are all bad news every single time. And like, they're
have
like,
they not shipped yet?
I think some have, but not very many have. But like, all the knockoffs are out now for it.
Right.
It's like all their updates, like, hey, don't buy that. They're not very good quality. I'm like, shut up. Stop worrying about the competition and get your stuff going. And they're like, if you find any knockoffs, let our legal team know. No, how about you just get your product out the door?
Yeah, I see those like on Amazon. You could buy all kinds of knockoffs, and it's like, well, I could get this in 2 days. Like, I don't care like how less quality it is. I mean, one, it's half the price, if not less, and two, I'm going to get it immediately.
Yep.
Like you said, stop worrying about the others. Get your stuff out. So, anyway, we will have a lot more on the full show. We will have a lot of fun. Jason, you have stories upon stories to tell. I'm going to sit back. I'm going to put my feet up on the desk. I'm just going to let you go for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. I implore you all to stick around for the full episode. But if not, I totally understand. This has been fun while it lasted. Jason, where can people find you at?
You can always follow me personally on Twitter, twitter.com/JasonInquires. Jason Inquires, also the Facebook. YouTube and Instagram names, so you can always look up via those methods. And if you're just looking for our Toys Life centric account, you can always head to Brick Inquirer and Skylanders Inquirer.
And myself, you can find me on Twitter at The Noise with a Y. Be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Toys4Games. You could email us, as always, podcast@toys4games.com. You could go over and join the discussion on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/toys4games. There was a lot of people in there talking today about the Lego news or rumors, so that was a lot of fun. The website, toys4games.com, and if you'd like to support us in what we're doing here, you could do so over on Patreon, patreon.com/toys4games. If you're not going to listen to anything more until next week, have a great week. If not, stick around for the full show. We'll have a lot more fun. I promise you that. Regardless, until next time, happy hunting, collectors.